As of late, it's been a struggle to see Uri get pummeled after sheer of development, as if his life is always meant to be nothing but a downhill spiral. And that's a shame. Seriously, it's a real shame, especially this character is one of my favorite. And I was wondering, will you ever get something? Will you get a shiny moment? Will you get something amazing out of this? Well, fear no more! This chapter not only makes Uri awesome, but it brought in plenty of satisfaction that I have long waited for. The last chapter had me rooting for Uri after the development that was long built up for. Then Ishida decided to hate me and everyone else by pummeling him, and Roma ate him. That was the end. That's how the chapter ended. This chapter is the complete opposite. It's like we are getting a love letter now after suffering the last chapter. And what an outstanding way to make a comeback. After we learn Furuta good taste in manga, something I can only agree with, Uri breaks free in a badass fashion. It was only missing the line, "I will live." I believe that I was heavily thrilled to see that sight because of the mixture of Uri breaking free and Roma finally got shocked and deserved every second of her downfall. Call me sadist, but I was hungry for her to get killed off. All in all, the impact got me hyped for the rest of the chapter. It slows down a bit when Uri checks on Iwao's condition. How he recovered isn't said, but perhaps subtly suggests. It's subtly based on his previous experience. He compares it to his battle against Donato. So perhaps right there, you'll know his current state. I like the fact he struggled to adapt his new mindset of calm and collective over rash and reckless. It's not just against his frame, but as well as his persona. It's a great mix to overcome. It's the element of surprise that did massive damage to Roma, which is why her Kagaja got demolished quickly. It also makes sense that they wouldn't think that would happen. Uri is practically a ghoul at this point, and no one knows his state. While the series has base level system, it's never the end all be all. Just because that ghoul is like triple S doesn't mean he's gonna overpower all the time. You have to do trickeries, you have to be slick, you have to be smart. It's all about how to outsmart your enemy. The action is exhilarating and gratifying by the end. The new shield he has is so satisfying in many ways. Not only it captures him as a knight, but it fits perfectly to his character and development. The past chapters develop his thought about his friends and the fear of losing them. The one thing he lacks is the shield over his friends. The sword is his will to fight and conquer over his enemy. But now after this development, the shield is his will to protect and survive. The intensity runs wild in this gripping sequence, including how much it emphasized the moment with well presented detail. When he attains the shield, I went crazy. When Roma and Rio got scared and realized it's too late to react, I got so amped up because I was praying the next page to be their demise, or at least Roma. Most definitely Roma. When that double page spread appears, I was like those anime characters when they ate a delicious food, basically foodgasm. It was the sensation that I have been waiting for. Wow, I am sadistic. I love how badass Uri was throughout the battle. Instead of making the same mistake twice, like just slice her face and that'll be the end of it, he straight up sliced the living hell out of Roma's face and down she goes. Head sliced off isn't enough in here. We go hardcore. I don't think Rio is dead though. I think it's one of those moments that you may believe he is dead, but you need a body confirmation. It's one way to separate him from the battle before he really gets killed. Other than that, Roma's death is enough for me. Goodbye and good riddance. I really want to play that song again. There was another Uri's development after the battle, and it was practically the conclusion from everything that has started since the volume began, or chapter 133. It's a great characterization of him after a series of selfishness and loner act he pulled off since the series began. It was sad that Iwao comes close to death and begin to apologize as if he is responsible for bringing Uri to this situation. It's a perfect contrast because Iwao couldn't protect Mikoto and now feels total guilt for failing at what he couldn't do. The old Uri would have accepted that apology or feel confused, but he finally grows up to a better man, or more like he is now the man. It's the overall conclusion to his former behavior towards life in general. After coming this far, he finally opened up to the world and see that life can be cruel and sad, but he has to take it in and accept it to grow from it. It's charmingly well done. I couldn't be more prouder for his accomplishment. Then I remember, what do you get when time doesn't really stop and life can move as it proceeds? Well, you get Furuta stabbing Iwao's throat. That was physically painful on my end. If I could scream like a little girl, I would. It goes from one painful moment to one gracious moment. Furuta was going to kill my favorite, but since he thought Gintama is the best, there's one thing he should know by now. No one is playing around. The sight of that headshot is glorious. Granted, Furuta will get back up, and it's sneaky of him to remain human, where he is in fact a ghoul, but still, that sight is all worth it. This chapter is a gallery of gloriousness. Speaking of gallery, there are plenty of really impressive artwork. There are a lot of great details in those double page spread, and I love all of them, including the stab. They have strong impacting impression, whether it leaves you hyped or excited. The sequence that leads to Uri's annihilating Roma is an adrenaline rush, and the payoff is superb. It also has tenderness during the calming moment, with Uri finally developed into a true man. There is one shot that is mirrored with Ryo supposedly having his left arm intact. I guess it was intended to be the other way, so perhaps a quick change before due date, but other moments clouded it tremendously because of how great impression they left. It was an outstanding chapter that left me rereading for a slaughterhouse to the one who rightfully deserved. From spectacular to sincere moments, this chapter is a sight to behold, especially for Uri's fans. A headshot to end it all. I couldn't ask for more. Because of the shout out to Gintama and the fact that Roma is dead, I'm giving this chapter a 10.
Unfriggin' believable.
Well, there's another factor that makes it a 10, but still, the point is, this chapter, I loved it. I love the fact Uri got his development. I like how it pays off. I like the artwork. The only thing that could mess it up, besides obviously Furuta is gonna get back up, headshot won't do. If Roma gets back up, that would kill my mood. But I do believe she is dead, and that could lead to a lot of things for clowns to see how they're gonna react towards Furuta, since he is responsible for her death, technically speaking. But we'll see. Maybe they don't give a crap. What are your thoughts of this chapter? Who shot Furuta? My best guess, and I think it's everyone's best guess, is Maude. I mean, this guy is like a king of headshot at this point. But he's awesome, so I can't wait to see him. The fact that he was reported dead or missing is a false statement, so now it came out of nowhere for Furuta. So that was awesome itself right there. It goes to show you, it's gonna bite right back at your ass. And if it's not you, it will be someone else. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.